Everyone, welcome to the very first Performing Arts Showcase Quarantine Edition. As you may know, we are the Performing Arts Club. Today I'm joined with the one and only Daniel Drillon, Christoph Estefani, Mel Pangilinan,
Hello.
Rian Po, Kyla Buizon, Kyle Benaino, and the one, the only Jaime Duavit returning, because we can do that. We actually have another special guest coming soon, but you're gonna have to watch till the end to figure out who it is, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, today we're gonna be doing a special play that I made in like a week. It's called Jigsaw Falling into Place. So without further ado, let's get started.
We start our scene in the interior of Big Bertha. We flash back onto a familiar scene. Your favorite contemporary and slightly caricatured characters are seen exhausted on the school bus, although this time they're different. There are only 2 minutes before they're to arrive on the school grounds. Eliza, played by Miel Pangilinan, is seen fiddling with her iPhone that's connected to some speakers behind her. Connor, played by Christoph Estefani, is seen playing charades with Derek, played by Kyle Banaina. He's flailing his arms around like crazy.
Boruto? Monkey D? No. Aaron Yeager? Oh, come on.
Connor's phone rings as time has run out. Connor looks at Derek, very disappointed.
I was being a penguin, Derek. Not everything relating to me has to be an anime reference. Can we not do that this time?
Lay off him, Derek. He's tired of the whole anime gimmick. He had one fairy tale phase in middle school, and that's it.
The bus makes a loud revving noise as the curtain school gates open. Kim, played by Rian Po, is startled and wakes up much to Andrew, played by Daniel Drillon, annoyance.
It's just a gate, Kim. We're at school. Not summer school.
We're at school. Have we at least solved the mystery?
What mystery again? I've been asleep for the last 2 hours, and I also don't care.
The mystery of the bus. One of the 6 of us struck the principal.
Eliza has no idea what they're talking about.
Okay, deja vu. This better not be a repeat of last year.
It's not gonna be a repeat, Eliza. Times have changed. Plus, last time was in the auditorium.
Derek looks as if he's about to speak up.
Don't you mention that you're waxing, Derek. Some of us don't like remembering it.
Derek being his usual self aside, what's with the rush? Can we just solve this tomorrow? Or is there a need to raise the stakes?
It's the last day of school, Eliza. If we don't deal with this now, the culprit will get away with it scot-free.
Fine, but once this is over, I'm leaving to get Starbucks.
Besides, the entire student body will turn on one another. Everything will be in complete chaos. Lord of the Fly style.
Kim, we've been friends for a whole year now, but who cares? Let the school eat each other up. Entertainment at its finest.
Guys, I say we let one of us take the blame.
And risk getting thrown in jail, or worse, suspended.
Hey, I woke up 2 minutes ago. I had nothing to do with whatever happened beforehand. That's so unfair.
Nothing really happened beforehand other than Andrew and Kim arguing.
That's not something new.
Andrew ignores the 2 girls.
Actually, that seems fair to me, Connor. We know that one of us did the crime, so it would be much better if only one person took the blame instead of all of us. What was that quote again? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few? Ooh, Star Wars!
For once, I actually agree with you, Andrew. It's the best that we can do. This scenario is completely unwinnable unless one of us takes the blame.
Take one for the team, right? Just like the trolley dilemma. Instead of 5 people being unfairly suspended, let's have one person do it.
As long as you pick the person randomly, I actually don't mind. An 83% chance that I don't get punished is infinitely better than a 100% chance that I do get suspended. Plus, the group might benefit from one of us being suspended forever. 6 is way too big for a study group.
Thanks, Eliza. Means a lot.
Am I the only sane one here? Andrew, this is ridiculous. I'm not risking ruining my chances of getting into a good college by dumb luck. I have my whole future planned out for me.
I'm sure we all do. I'm planning on moving to Switzerland soon. Nothing can stop me from immigrating to my dream country.
Alright, Kimberly Santiago, let's have a vote. Who here agrees with my fair and balanced plan?
Maddie, Andrew, Connor, Derek, and Eliza all raise their hands. Kim looks at everyone in shock.
Are you all insane? We're risking our futures.
Sorry, Kimberly Santiago. Majority rules.
Andrew quickly adjusts his Rubik's Cube so that all 6 sides compose of exactly one color. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and white.
Alright, I'm going to toss the Rubik's Cube. And I'm going to assign each of you a color. Whatever it lands on will be who volunteers as suspended. No snitching, no backtracking. If you tell anyone about our deal, you're out of the study group. Got it?
Okay, one last pitch before someone's life becomes irreversibly ruined. We don't even know if it was one of us who drugged the principal.
It's very likely, Kevin. All evidence shows that it must be one of us.
Do we know that as a fact? All I'm saying is that this might be completely pointless. There might not even be a point to sacrificing a member of the group. Is anyone listening?
No one is listening.
Alright. Connor's red, Manny's orange, Eliza's yellow, Derek's green, I'm blue, and Kim's white. Your color comes up, you go.
Everyone except for Kim nods in desperate agreement. Everyone looks tense except for Andrew, who holds the Rubik's Cube in his hand.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
As Eliza picks up a song to listen to, Andrew throws the Rubik's Cube. It lands on yellow.
Yellow. That's Eliza.
Eliza hits play. Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond starts playing. Everyone intensely stares at Eliza.
Wow. So that's it? I'm just gonna get suspended.
Like you said, Eliza, 6 is way too big for a study group. Remember, no snitching. Snitches get stitches.
Sorry, Eliza. I didn't agree to this. This was all Andrew's dumb idea.
Zip it, Santiago. I'm tired of your constant sucking up. I can't believe I ruined my life because of a Rubik's Cube.
Relax, Eliza. Alright, you agreed to this. You knew there was a risk. We all did. And now that the odds aren't in your favor, you're lashing out.
The only reason why you came up with this plan to suspend one of us is because you wanted to get rid of Kim, or Derek, or me. I never liked you anyway. You've always been a childish brat with an insecurity complex. You were so power hungry that you climbed the ranks to be the leader of this study group.
A security guard enters the bus without saying anything. The 5 others immediately point at Eliza. The guard nods as he grabs her, handcuffs her, and begins taking her off the bus.
I can't believe you guys would all turn on me like that. Great friendship. Real mature, real slimy.
Eliza and the guard exit the bus.
All this talk about slimy reminds me of the earwax incident in the science lab. Anyone want some candy?
Everyone is disgusted and groans.
Do you look for any excuse to bring that up in a conversation?
A ding noise is heard. Connor checks under his seat and picks up his easy bake oven.
Ooh, my honey glazed pork chops are ready.
Connor puts on his oven mitts as he carefully grabs the pork chops. Just as Neil Diamond begins singing everyone's favorite lyric.
Sweet Caroline.
Stop.
Kim stops and Maddie turns off the music. Kim gets up, heads to the back seat, and begins reading a book. Maddie gets up and follows her. As Connor opens his oven, He accidentally burns himself and yells in pain.
Gal! Ow!
The easy bake oven falls on the ground, shaking the bus. Eliza's school bag falls to the ground.
You were really harsh on Eliza, all because she criticized you. You must know a lot about women, right, Andrew?
Yeah, definitely. Of course. Why?
Do they usually keep tasers in their bags?
What? I mean, okay, well, girls our age aren't allowed, but yeah, sometimes adults do.
So you're saying Eliza owns an illegal taser?
Derek picks the taser from the ground and shows it to Andrew.
Whoa! Derek, put that down.
Derek puts it back in his bag.
Why does Eliza have a taser?
My mom owns one that exact brand. It's super powerful. One time, she killed 3 parasitic rats with it in one pork chop.
Andrew, what are we gonna do about this?
If anything, it means that Eliza really was the culprit. She used the taser to knock the principal out. Somehow. Guess the Rubik's Cube was right. Look at the draw.
Andrew jumps out of joy, not realizing his shoes are untied. He trips on his own shoelace while Derek laughs.
Oh my god, that's
Not
hilarious.
funny, dude. I think I twisted my ankle.
Maybe my honey glazed pork chops will help you feel better.
No one cares. We move to the interior, at the back of the bus. Kim is seen intensely reading her book and gets startled when she sees Maddie staring at her. She immediately covers the name of the book.
Everything all right?
Excuse me?
Well, you stormed off earlier and began reading a book that you're currently hiding from me. So, is everything all right?
Maddie, as a freshman who's taking DP psych classes, may I request that you leave me alone?
The bus stops as it finally hits the parking.
We arrived!
Kim runs off to avoid Maddie and sings a weird jingle.
Learning time, learning time. I love learning time.
Maddie rolls her eyes as she follows Kim. On their way to the front, Connor offers them pork chops, to which they don't acknowledge. They also don't acknowledge Andrew bleeding from the ankle.
I wonder what happened in all of the other timelines. You know, the ones where the Rubik's Cube landed on a different color.
Derek, life isn't like science fiction. There are no other timelines.
We're back to the interior of the bus, just minutes earlier. The bus is once again by the gate instead of in the parking lot. Everyone except for Andrew looks tense, like they were before. Andrew picks up the Rubik's Cube.
Alright. Connor's red, Manny's orange, Eliza's yellow, Derek's green, I'm blue, and Kim's white. Your color comes up, you go.
Everyone except for Kim nods in desperate agreement. Everyone looks tense except for Andrew, who holds the Rubik's Cube in his hand.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
Eliza hits play. Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond starts playing. Andrew throws the Rubik's Cube and it lands on orange.
Orange? That's... Maddie! Oh, no. That can't be right. The Rubik's Cube, it hit that seat. Reroll.
So now that your crush is gonna get suspended, you want to reroll?
Crush me. Couldn't be.
No, Eliza, not at all. Look, I'm just saying, the Rubik's Cube collided with the seat and affected the road. And for the last time, I do not have a crush on Maddie.
You wouldn't request for a reroll if the cube was any other color but Maddie's. You poor, innocent child.
Eliza's right, bro. You're letting her traction Maddie get in the way of the rules you made. You made. Where's the honor?
Maddie just stares at Andrew, much to his embarrassment.
Low, guys, real low. How dare you expose such a personal secret like that? Pathetic.
It's a small school, Andrew. When one person knows a secret...
Shut up, Derek. No one asked for your stupid catchphrase.
That's besides the point, Andrew. You're trying to weasel your way out of the agreement. Stick to your word. It landed on Maddie, so she has to be suspended.
What happened to your morals, Kim? Weren't you against the whole idea?
Am I the only one more concerned about Andrew having a crush on me than being suspended?
You didn't know?
I always knew, I just didn't realize so many people did as well.
Andrew gets really red in the face.
All of you! Shut up!
Like, I don't really mind. Like, a crush is a crush after all. You can't control that. I'm just not into relationships right now.
We're re-rolling.
Andrew rolls the Rubik's Cube again, and it lands on orange.
Seriously?
Andrew, you agreed to the whole 1 in 6 chance thing. You knew there was a risk. We all did, and now that the odds aren't in your favor, you're lashing out.
A security guard enters the bus without saying anything. The 4 others, everyone except for Andrew, immediately point at Maddie. The guard nods as he grabs her, handcuffs her, and begins taking her off the bus.
Fair game. I was willing to risk everything and got unlucky. No hard feelings. Best of luck, everyone. Enjoy high school.
Maddie and the guard exit the bus, just as Neil Diamond begins singing everyone's favorite lyric.
Sweet Caroline.
Kim stops, and Eliza turns off the music. Kim gets up and heads to the back seat and begins reading her book.
I can't believe you would form a pact against me, after all I've done for you.
Remind me, Andrew, what exactly have you done for us?
All you did was make a dumb plan, because you were too lazy to actually solve the crime.
A ding noise is heard. Connor checks under his seat and picks up his Easy Bake Oven.
Hold on to that thought. My honey-glazed pork chops are ready!
I don't want any of your stupid pork chops. They taste like rat poison and they're probably undercooked anyway.
Good! I wasn't going to offer you any after the way you've been acting. Show some honor, man.
Someone else is undercooked. It's the earwax incident.
Everyone is disgusted and groans. Connor examines the pork chops and notices that they actually are undercooked and puts them back in.
Anyone want some candy? Andrew? Eliza?
I'm really in the mood, man. I lost a lot of trust in these two. No respect for anyone's privacy. As I said, snitches get stitches.
I'll have one, Derek. Unlike Andrew, I'm not here to be a bitter Betty. The Rubik's Cube is fair and square. We all had that chance.
Derek hands Eliza the candy. She pops it in her mouth and immediately spits it out. She shrieks in disgust. Derek gives a poop-eating grin.
What's wrong?
Warheads, only the sourest torture candy in the world. I heard some prisons use it as a way to torture their inmates.
Andrew just chuckles at Eliza's misfortune.
Wow.
Ugh, not funny. Not funny at all. My taste buds are completely broken now. How else am I going to enjoy my after-school Starbucks?
Shame on you for laughing, Andrew. And shame on you for giving her that torture candy, Derek. Anyone want pork chop?
Andrew just rolls his eyes and stands up ready to leave. He doesn't realize that his shoes are untied and trips over his own shoelaces while Derek, Eliza, and Connor all laugh at him.
I think I twisted my ankle.
That's karma, Andrew. Live by the cube, die by the cube.
I really felt it anyway.
As the bus arrives in the parking lot, Andrew wobbles. He struggles as no one is there to help him. He exits the bus.
And to think I used to have a crush on him.
You just have a crush on Andrew?
Yep, he was always too distracted by Maddie to see it.
Audacious. No one should ever have liking a girl as their whole identity. Now that she's getting suspended, it shouldn't be a problem.
Hypocrite.
I beg your dearest pardon.
That was a really loud whisper, Eliza. We need to work on that.
I mean, is it your one defining trait that you love cooking? It gets really repetitive after a while.
Really goes to show how much you know me. No, Eliza. I'm a lot more than just a provider of adequate meals for my friends. I had a fairy tale phase a few years ago.
Everyone else seems to think so. We know you're sucking up. Jesus.
Last straw for Connor. He stomps past Eliza and Derek and exits the bus. With no one to check on the Easy Bake Oven, the entire thing explodes into flames.
I wonder if his pork chops taste better in the other timelines.
Eliza just looks at Derek, rolls her eyes, and walks away. The bus is once again by the gate instead of in the parking lot. Everyone except for Andrew looks tense, like they were before. Andrew picks up the Rubik's Cube.
Your caller comes up. You go.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
Andrew tosses the Rubik's Cube, and Derek's eye twitches. He catches it in midair, then he throws the cube out the bus window. A crash can be heard. Eliza hits play. Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline begins play.
Too risky. 6 different timelines would break the time-space continuum. I saw it in an episode of Star Wars. Speaking of risks, remember the earwax incident?
Everyone is disgusted and groans.
Okay, now that that's out of the way, anyone want some candy?
You're trying to give her that sour torture candy for a prank, aren't you?
How'd you know?
My deduction skills are impeccable. Also, I saw the label.
Thanks, Andrew. My mouth is real sensitive to that sour stuff.
Those warheads could be used as a torture method.
They are!
Maddie innocently giggles, and Andrew smiles at her. Eliza rolls her eyes. A ding noise is heard.
Oh, my honey glazed pork chops are ready.
A security guard enters the bus without saying anything. The 6 look at him intently. The guard then leaves.
Did anyone else expect him to force one of us to come clean?
I guess we assumed that the culprit had to be someone on the bus.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone to point that out. The school is over 100 students. Anyone could have done it.
I pointed it out, Maddie.
Everyone's favorite lyric.
Sweet Caroline.
Kim stops, and Eliza turns off the music. Kim gets up and heads to the back seat and begins reading her book.
That was mean, Derek. How dare you prevent her from singing? How would you feel if someone prevented you from showing your hidden talents?
Maddie gets up and follows Kim. Kim is seen intensely reading her book and gets startled when she sees Maddie staring at her. She immediately covers the name of the book.
Everything alright?
Excuse me?
You stormed off after Derek told you to stop singing. Is everything alright?
Oh, you know this. It's very sweet of you.
I care about you, Kim. What's going on?
Is the world out to get me?
Of course not, Kim.
Then why are Andrew and Derek always picking on me? I've been reading a book about mental health to calm me down, but sometimes I just want to explode. It eventually just becomes bullying, you know?
Pork chop anyone?
Sure!
Pork chop anyone?
I forgot to get breakfast this morning.
Honor hands Derek a pork chop. He takes a big bite and begins chewing.
Don't undercooked pork chops cause salmonella?
Jarek notices and falls to the ground. Connor shuffles his way to him. He picks him up like a wedding bride, runs to the exit.
You won't get salmonella on my watch, buddy. To the clinic!
Good grief.
Andrew stands not realizing his shoes are untied and trips over his own shoelaces.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Barely felt it.
Let me take a look.
Eliza begins tending to Andrew's ankle, making sure not to hurt him in the process. She grabs her bag and pulls out cotton to stop the bleeding.
You'd make for a great nurse, Eliza.
Eliza is clearly starstruck by her crush saying that.
Uh-oh. Andrew, you make for a great patient.
Kim and Maddie are still sitting together, both bonding at the back of the bus.
He's not trying to be malicious. He's just wired to always want to be on top. He feels threatened by your intelligence.
That's true. He gets really defensive whenever I'm right. Always going out of his way to make me feel irrelevant.
He's just as insecure as everyone else. You don't need to play his game, Kim. People like you just the way you are.
Thanks, Maddie. You're really cool. As cool as an iced cucumber shake.
Maddie tries her best to ignore that incredibly lame simile. The two smile at one another as they begin to unboard the bus in the parking lot. Kim, Maddie, Andrew, and Eliza exit the bus looking pretty happy about their newfound friendships. Hiding behind a pillar, Monsieur Santiago, played by Julio Aquino, has a huge bruise on his head.
Dad? Did you follow me to school?
I teach French class now, remember? Your mother told me to get a job here. Anyway, which one of you threw a Rubik's Cube out the window?
Jarek did, Monsieur Santiago. We...
Well, I don't know who that is, but I swear to you, I'm gonna get him. He better watch out, that kid's in real danger. I'm gonna chop him up limb from limb.
Unbeknownst to Monsieur Santiago, the guard is right behind him, clearly being able to tell all the threats the older man is giving to the younger teenagers. Monsieur Santiago is handcuffed and is being dragged away.
Well, at least you won't have to deal with him for a little while.
My parents haven't paid their taxes. Police are going to investigate them. They're going to take them to jail for tax evasion and I'll never see them again.
So what? You always talk about how much you hate him. I always thought he was cool though. Source de francés say muy bueno.
Isn't that what you wanted? To take a break from your demanding parents?
Well, yeah, other than the fact that I won't have a house to live in.
Both of your parents have high school teacher salaries. You didn't have much of a house to begin with.
Then go to child protection services. They can provide for you.
No. I won't be able to afford getting to my dream college. I'll have to leave school and I'll never see any of you again. Wait.
Wow! I won't get into Yale! First world problem, huh?
This is the last straw. Kim runs off in tears. Maddie angrily stares at the insensitive Andrew who is staring dreamily at Eliza.
Are either of you gonna help her?
Both Eliza and Andrew are staring into each other's eyes.
Maybe Derek was on to something. I wonder what happened in all the other timelines.
The bus is once again by the gate instead of in the parking lot. Everyone except for Andrew looks tense, like they were before. Andrew picks up the Rubik's Cube.
Your caller comes up, you go.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
Andrew throws the Rubik's Cube, and it lands on blue. Everyone looks extremely shocked. Andrew's eye twitches, followed by him getting up to run away. He trips on his own shoelaces. No one is laughing.
Great.
You know what's great? Earwax. Man, I've had some fun times with earwax. Do y'all remember the earwax incident?
Everyone is just too focused on Andrew to be disgusted. A security guard enters the bus without saying anything. Only Derek is pointing at Andrew. The guard nods as he grabs Andrew, handcuffs him, and begins taking him off the bus.
Please, aren't the glue keeping everyone together, Maddie? Maddie, I've always loved you.
Andrew and the guard exit the bus. No one seems willing to discuss anything. They're all too bummed out about Andrew's suspension. The authorities would surely find out about Andrew's other delinquent activities.
I'm gonna go check on my pictures.
You guys are my best friends, alright? No matter what happens, we'll all be together. One big happy family.
Neil Diamond begins singing everyone's favorite lyric.
Dear Caroline.
Stop.
Kim just gets up and heads to the back seat and reads her book. Maddie is too distracted by Andrew's comment to mentor Kim.
I know they had a crush on me this whole time, but you all knew?
Yeah, it's our high school's worst kept secret.
How come no one confronted me about it?
No sugarcoating? We don't know you that well.
Maddie shrugs and continues to use her phone. Forgetting to wear his oven mitts, Connor accidentally burns himself with his Easy Bake Oven.
Oh no. Are you okay? Let me check that out for you.
Connor extends his arm and allows Eliza to have a look.
Be a good nurse.
Thanks. I guess you have to be a good nurse if you want to feel good about having a terrier bite you every few weeks.
Terriers. You live at like a pet shop.
What? No, Connor. Sometimes my mom doesn't pick me up and I have to walk home from school. You have to learn to adapt when you're walking alone at night in such a rough neighborhood.
That's insane. Eliza, if you need a ride, you can call me. I don't mind carpooling.
Connor extends for a high five, to which Eliza accepts. Derek glares at them and swiftly pulls the torture candy from his bag. With Andrew gone, he expected Connor to be his friend. Instead, Eliza took his spot.
Here, Connor. Hope some candy makes you feel better.
Sweet. Thanks, Derek.
Kim is seen closing her book and shutting her eyes. She sighs and begins walking back to her seat. Then she hears a loud spitting noise.
What's going on here?
Eric gave Connor torture candy because he's jealous that we're carpooling.
No! You're the jealous one, Eliza. Admit it.
Why would Eliza be jealous? As someone who takes DP Psych,
I can take her here, Kimberly Santiago. Why am I the jealous one, Derek?
Because you're lonely and have no friends.
Everyone stays silent. Derek composes himself, looking embarrassed.
Why did it have to be this timeline?
This time, man?
He's once again by the gate instead of in the parking lot. Everyone except for Andrew looks tense, like they were before. Andrew picks up the Rubik's Cube.
Your color comes up. You go.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond starts playing. Andrew throws the Rubik's Cube, and it lands on red.
Red. Connor?
Dang. So this is how it all ends.
what do you mean, Connor?
I had my whole life planned ahead of me. Culinary scholarship, basketball wizard. Was gonna start an album review show on YouTube.
I'm really gonna miss you, Connor. You're my favorite. I mean it.
What will I do without my Netflix buddy?
Others look slightly hurt over their comments, feeling inadequate over Connor's closeness.
Don't worry, guys. Everything will be fine.
A security guard enters the bus without saying anything. The 5 others reluctantly stare at Connor. The guard nods as he grabs Connor, handcuffs him, and begins taking him off the bus.
No! I don't want to go! But for real, it It has been a wild ride, guys. See you in the next one. Make sure you take care of my pork chops, yeah?
Everyone else sorrowfully waves goodbye, except Andrew, who grumbles.
You guys really fell for that? Come on, he's playing nice to cover up the fact that he committed the crime. What a suck up.
You know what had a lot of sucking? Earwax incident.
What a terrible thing to say, Andrew. Connor was the keystone species in our society. What's wrong with you?
I'm just tired of you falling for his good boy gimmicks. What does he have that I don't?
Maybe it's the fact that he wouldn't throw anyone under the bus like how you just did.
Under the bus? Hey, yo, dude!
Derek tries to high-five Kim, to which he just leaves him hanging.
Besides, remember the agreement we made last month? Do not eat any of his pork chops? We don't want anyone to get sick like when he undercooked his tangy fried peppercorn chicken. We need to stop giving him opportunities to inflate his already massive ego.
I know who has a massive ego, and let me tell you, it's not Connor.
Don't say that in front of Eliza.
Remember agreeing to that? Excluding me again?
Not important. He's not here anymore.
Just as Neil Diamond begins everyone's favorite lyric. Kim stops and Eliza turns off the music. Kim gets up, heads to the back seat, and begins reading her book. Maddie stands up, but gets one last jab at her.
You need to learn to put your personal feelings aside. It's going to ruin both you and everyone else in this study group.
Andrew is dumbfounded, not sure what Maddie is implying. He stands up to follow her, but trips on his own shoelaces. Derek laughs.
Are you alright?
Barely felt it.
Let me check that out.
Andrew extends his leg for Eliza to inspect. At that very moment, Connor's Easy Bake Oven bursts into flames right next to Andrew due to not being attended.
Hey, put me out! Put me out!
Eliza reaches into her bag for some water. She can't seem to find it and begins emptying it. Her taser falls out, aimed directly at Derek, and begins electrocuting him at max power. Derek begins foaming at the mouth and falls to the ground, knocking all the candies onto the floor. At that very moment, a Hyundai collides with a bus, making the moving vehicle take a sharp left. Kim looks outside the window and her eyes widen.
That's my parents' car.
She rushes to the front to help him, but trips over the candies. As she falls, her mental health book is knocked onto the fire and is completely incinerated. Eliza is seen trying to fan the flames off of Andrew, while Derek is still being completely electrocuted. The bus crashes and tips over vertically into a tight ravine. It falls deeper and deeper until it reaches a point where it completely is stuck and is unable to squeeze any further down. Within a minute of Connor's absence, the world has turned into a nightmare of fire, electricity, and mayhem. Eliza, holding onto one of the seats for dear life, does not fall onto the seemingly bottomless ravine. Meanwhile, Andrew is seen with half of his face burnt off. Kim is having a mental breakdown over her book and her parents' fate, and Derek seems to be completely paralyzed, other than his wandering eyes. Maddie stopped using her phone.
On the bright side, it can't possibly get any worse than this.
As if on cue, the bathroom door swings open with the principal's unconscious body falling out. The body bumps into a few seats before breaking the glass of the windshield and falling into the deep ravine below. It takes almost a full 30 seconds before a faint splashing noise is heard. Everyone gulps about their inevitable demise. The bus is once again by the gate instead of in the parking lot. Everyone except for Andrew looks tense, like they were before. Andrew picks up the Rubik's Cube.
Your color comes up. You go.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
Eliza hits play. Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond starts playing. Andrew throws the Rubik's Cube, and it lands on white.
White. That's Kim?
Everyone stares in concern at Kim, who looks completely baffled.
I don't really know what I expected.
What, you know what was unexpected? The earwax incident.
Why did I know that was going to happen to me? I can't seem to ever have any luck. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Kim, it's all in your head. No one has inherently more luck than anyone else.
No, Maddie, you don't understand. Anything that can go wrong will happen to me. I'm the group's punching bag.
It's really unhealthy to be thinking like that. We're all equal here. We don't have any less worth than anyone else here.
We care about you, Kim. Honestly. When we first met, you were nothing but bright and intelligent.
You're my best friend, Kim. Never forget that. Sometimes I have to create barriers because I'm intimidated by how resourceful you are.
If it means that much to you, let's switch colors. I'll be the one who gets suspended.
For once, Kim smiles at all the love she's been getting. Neil Diamond begins singing everyone's favorite lyric.
Sweet Caroline.
Stop.
Kim stops and gives Derek the death glare. The guard walks on the bus as Kim heads towards him, accepting her fate. The guard nods as he handcuffs her and takes her away.
Real mature, Derek. Way to make her feel like trash.
If anything, you should be thanking me. You were seconds away from losing your precious Maddie forever.
He stands up, but immediately falls on his own untied shoelaces.
I'm going to be honest with you, Andrew. I don't think you should blame Derek for Kim leaving. You're the one who constantly makes fun of her and tells her to shut up.
He does have a point, you know. The way you treat Kim isn't alright, in any sense of the word.
Ooh, hate to hear it from your crush, right, Andrew?
Stop taunting him, Derek. I already know about his crush on me. I'm not interested, Andrew. Sorry.
What gave it away?
Maybe it's the fact that Maddie can never do anything wrong in your eyes. Your inherent bias hurts others too, you know?
How so?
Typical. You're too infatuated by the perfect, flawless, magnificent Maddie that you can't see the obvious when it's right under your nose.
Eliza sadly gets up and goes to the back seat. Andrew goes to Eliza. And as he leaves, Derek hands Connor some candy.
Here, Connor, for our friendship.
Thanks, Derek. I really needed this. This is seriously stressing me out, you know?
Stressed out?
Do you guys not realize the stakes here? We are completely fine with sacrificing a member of our group, our friend group. We were supposed to fight this all together, but instead we turned on Kim.
Didn't you agree to do this to begin with?
Well, yeah. But I was just being a follower to Andrew. I'm always trying to impress him, you know? With my cool demeanor, I just want to be like you guys. Sometimes I just feel out of place.
Connor, if anything, you're the person who fits in the most. We wouldn't be here without you. Right, Derek?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Hey, Derek. Well, it's just the three of us. I just want to say that thanks for helping me out in class. We had a lot of fun. I think it's time I start being independent. Kinda like you. You inspire me, man. Just don't tell Andrew, or he'll get jealous.
Derek is completely taken aback. He's seldom reminded of his true worth in the group.
Hey, Connor, don't eat those candies, man. They're expired.
It says they expire on September 14, 2022. They're fine.
Please don't, Connor. Please, dude.
If you want the candy back, that's fine, but I want at least one.
Give it back.
No, Derek! I demand to be gifted with your candies!
are we all yelling?
Derek wrestles Connor for the bag. Connor quickly grabs a handful and shoves them all in his mouth. Suddenly, his face changes color as he spits them all out, panting like a dog. His tongue seems to have been scarred by the severe soreness. Maddie gasps as Derek looks incredibly guilty.
Hey, Liza? What's wrong?
I'm fine. Go away.
Usually people who say I'm fine are close to tears.
You never understand. Leave me alone.
Understand what?
Andrew, I like you. You meant the world to me. You always talk about how no one cares about you, but I did. I was always there to check on you whenever you were feeling down. How come you never noticed?
I don't know, Liza.
I know why. You're too distracted by that Maddie. Love makes you blind and irrational. You distance yourself from those that care. Maddie this, Maddie that. That's all you ever talk about.
How did that make you feel?
I don't need you acting like a therapist to console me.
I'm not acting like a therapist, Eliza. I'm just acting like your friend.
Keyword being acting. It's not real. It's all just one big fantasy. The only one who ever understood me was Kim, and you drove her away. Having a crush on you for as long as I did ruined my life.
Your life? Liza, we're in high school. Let's just go back and pretend today never happened.
Except we can't. Stuff like this sticks, you know? I'm tired of you for not really realizing how much I cared about you.
That doesn't mean we can't go back, Eliza.
Cared. Past tense. If you still think I like you after all of this, then you're completely delusional. Enjoy chasing after a girl who isn't interested in you for the rest of your life, Andrew.
I don't care if you don't like me anymore. I just want to help.
I don't need your help. I'll get over it. High school couples aren't meant to last, and those that do end up unhappy and broken. I was only in your friend group for 2 reasons. My friendship with Kim and my crush for you. Now that there's no benefit for me staying, I'm gone. Goodbye.
Eliza storms off.
Derek! Why? A candy is so sour and torturous that it's used as a war crime. Warheads! This was all just a cruel prank.
Connor, listen.
I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear your excuses. Just answer me this. Just answer me this. Why are you like this? Why do you find joy in tormenting us?
Senioritis?
Senioritis is an excuse made by broken individuals to justify their terrible actions as being a part of the stress of their daily lives. Also, we're freshmen. What's your real reason? Exactly. You're sick, lonely, twisted person, and I hope you spend the rest of your high school alone and friendless. Pork chops. So, Maddie?
No, I'm vegetarian.
It's alright, Maddie. You, Eliza, and Andrew change dietary phases so often that I made special vegan pork chops.
Alright.
Sometimes I feel that cooking is the only thing I contribute.
Wait, hold up. Maddie, didn't you all make a secret agreement to not eat Connor's food?
Derek, how did you know? You weren't there.
Once one person knows a secret, we all...
No need to beat a dead horse, Derek. It's good though! Yum!
Save it, Maddie. You didn't even take a bite. All this time I've been lied to by my so-called friends.
Fine, I lied. But it smells good though.
It would have hurt a lot less if you just told the truth. I can take criticism. I really can. I would have completely understood if you all didn't like my cooking. But you know what? You know what crosses the line? What crosses the line is that you all decided to lie straight to my face. Really hurts, Maddie. Really, really hurts, yeah.
Maddie looks down in shame, knowing full well that the jig is up. Connor snatches the pork chop from her and puts it back into the oven. He then unplugs the machine and storms off, leaving only Maddie and Derek. The two sit in silence, realizing the friend group of 6 has been completely disbanded within a few short minutes.
I wonder what happened in all those other timelines.
Your caller comes up. You go.
Just so you know, Andrew, you're creating 6 different timelines. It's called the Chaos Theory.
Of course, Derek. Of course.
Don't do this. We live in a time of uncertainty and disorder. Universe is a bottomless pit of variables and luck playing off one another. We shouldn't fight the odds, but rather choose the option that is the most predictable.
Give me the cube, Derek.
Let him finish.
Take our friend group, for example. It doesn't matter who gets suspended after all this. The only thing that matters is that we accept each other's flaws and virtues. A true community, if you will. Eliza will always fight the status quo. Maddie will always be giving. Kim's dad will always be a variable to account for. Connor will always provide heart and charisma to anything he does. Kim will always prevent the group from imploding from the inside. And Andrew will always lead us to all be better versions of ourselves.
Derek, don't be ridiculous. I'm no leader. Hand me the Rubik's Cube.
You know, Derek is on something. We would have never had this insightful conversation without your Rubik's Cube idea.
Everyone nods in agreement. Kim notices something on Andrew.
Andrew, your shoes are untied.
Andrew looks down in shock, seconds away from tripping once again. He quickly ties his shoes and stares at Derek in bewilderment.
So, what do you suggest we do, Derek?
I'll be the one that gets suspended. I volunteer as tribute.
Please don't do this to yourself.
I've spent the last few seconds calculating all possible realities based on the formulaic personalities you all have. None of them have ended well. Even the one where none of us go ended with one of us in tears. I prefer to be the author of my own fate. And please, let's be real here. If Andrew didn't suggest the Rubik's Cube, I would have been the one voted for anyway. It's clear I don't belong.
None of us belong anywhere. And that's exactly why we all do.
No. It's okay, Maddie. It's better this way.
Man, I don't want you to go. This is as frustrating as a head full of earwax.
Derek stares at Connor, biting his lip. He shrugs and chooses not to say anything. As if on cue, the guard enters the bus. Derek solemnly walks over to him with his bag full of torture candy. He tosses it into the trash, followed by him getting cuffed by the guard. The two exit the bus. It almost feels like this was meant to be. Balance has been restored. The 5, Andrew, Kim, Connor, Maddie, and Eliza, look down in sadness. Despite his divisive personality, none of them were truly able to accept that he's gone.
So that's it. Derek's just getting suspended?
I think so. Maybe we should all say a few words.
Maybe we shouldn't dwell on his absence, but rather reminisce about his presence here.
He may have been problematic in the past, but his parting words were very meaningful.
Did I ever mention you guys are my best friends?
The 5 go in for a huge group hug. But almost immediately, the bathroom door swings open, revealing Principal Panagiban.
Bravo! Encore! What a splendid show!
Are you alright?
Though I could have done without the nasty heat stroke.
Hold on, heat stroke? No one drugged you.
What? Of course not! I'm old. Heat stroke hits boomers harder. Besides, I've been listening to your conversation for the last few minutes.
And you didn't tell us? We were left power for the last hour.
I didn't want to interrupt such a raw, human moment.
I told you guys. Why did we assume someone took time out of their day to commit an actual felony? And on the principle?
Eliza clicks on a song on her playlist.
Maybe we should listen to Kim Moria.
Everyone nods in agreement, even Andrew.
So Derek isn't getting suspended. No one committed a crime after all.
Word with the security guard. For now, you should all cherish the company of one another. You never know when it will come to an end. Truly, there is nothing more beautiful than finality.
Are you alright?
Derek, what happened? 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 What happened?
The five friends stare at each other once again.
So, does anyone want honey glazed pork chop?
You know what? Yes, Connor. Yes, I will have a pork chop.
Connor grins gleefully as he hands Andrew one. Andrew carefully inspects the slab of meat.
Not to be rude or anything, but this thing is a little undercooked.
Oh, that wasn't rude at all, Andrew. Of course, I wouldn't want to feed my friends a slightly raw pork chop. Back to the oven goes.
Neil Diamond begins singing everyone's favorite lyric.
Good times never seem so good. I've been inclined to believe there never was, but now
And as the music continues to play, Principal Panyagibang, Derek, and the security guard are seen staring at the five teenagers dancing wildly inside the bus.
We're dancing wildly inside the bus.
This is what happens when I leave them alone.
And you aren't the least bit bothered by that.
No, Principal. If they're happy, then I'm happy. Chaos theory. Everything in its right place.
Monsieur Santiago, Kim's father, appears on the left and notices Derek, the guard, and the principal.
Is Kim having fun with her friends?
A rare sight, isn't it? I've observed that she's always hard at work, never able to step back and take a breath.
I probably shouldn't tell her that she's adopted this time, then.
This time? Yo, dude, okay. What is this? A tradition? Something that you mention at the end of every year?
No, it's just... Whatever, it's not important. I think that they'll get along just fine without us. Jigsaw falling into place.
The four, Monsieur Santiago, Derek, the guard, and the principal, all grin, staring at the five happy teenagers as we all fade into black.